and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Patra and this is your favorite show, Daily Calls, a show that answers all your stock-related queries on this program in case you're here for the first time. The WhatsApp number is flashing on your screens. This is where you send me all your queries along with your name, location and your contact details. I'll be happy to have them addressed by our top market experts who join in on the program today. Over the next 45-50 minutes, we will be helping you understand all your questions. Alternatively, you can log on to YouTube, go on to Business Today, go to the Daily Calls Live and use the comment section there to send me some of your questions. Already I can see a lot of you are joining in early and waiting by for your questions to be answered. So welcome to Anuj, Aarti. We also have a lot of other viewers joining in early. Nancy is joining in. We have Ankur Modi. We have Vinita, Manish. Welcome to everybody. Thank you so much for joining in early. And let's now welcome our guest on board. Mr. Kranti Batini, Director of Research, Wealthmill Securities, is now joining in today to answer your questions. Mr. Batini, warm welcome. Good afternoon to you. Let's kick start by understanding from you, how are you looking at the markets and the fresh attempt of the Nifty again to stay above 25,000, 25,100 odd mark? Is the recovery well in place? Remember, today is also the kick-starting of the earnings season as well. So how are you expecting the markets to trade amidst all of these earnings news flows that we will start to get now?
Yes, actually, just to sum up the current market situation, markets are still in a consolidation phase, but the good thing is they could hold on to the range of 25,000 level Nifty. But above 25,000 level Nifty, the follow-on buying is not coming in the market. This is one key concern area at this point of time. FII still they are staying at the sideways at this point of time. But the major kickstarter for the markets are going to be the earnings season. If the earnings season is going to entice the market, then we can see some kind of a uptick in the market. Most probably, the Nifty can try to touch its previous highs. Everybody crosses their fingers how the earnings season is going to be going to pan out in the next coming weeks. The anticipation by and large from this quarter results is by and large is going to be very stock specific and sector specific. And FIA is also just closely watching how the earning momentum is going to be built up in India. If the FIS turns to be the net buyers going ahead, if we get some kind of a good news with respect to the trade deals and tariffs are concerned, that can be the kickstarter for the markets to regain the momentum going ahead.
Okay, fair point. Well, Mr. Batini, a lot of our viewers are waiting by to get their questions answered by you. So let's kickstart this question and answer series. And of course, we'll keep coming back to you to understand from you your top favorite stocks and sectors to be in amidst this festive season that's underway as well. Since a lot of our viewers are also waiting for Diwali stock specific ideas and themes to invest in too. But let's start off by taking Anuj's question first. He says, good afternoon. I want to know about Eternal. I have this share in my portfolio at the rate of 258. 500 shares is what I have. By when do I get, the kind of levels that I can expect on this one? How would you expect? You're already in profits, Anuj, so that's a good thing because you entered at 258, you're at 345 right now. So which means you're sitting on good amount of profits. He's also looking for a target on this stock. What would you say? Zomato has definitely been among the flavor, as of course we have been seeing a pickup happen. I remember, you have been one of the early, voices that talked about when the entire space was undergoing issues and a lot of volatility. You had been talking about in double digits as well that Zomato is something that you would be looking at investing in. How are you looking at it afresh, sir, amidst all the valuation talk?
Zomato, Sakshi, right now it's trending at a 52-week high. So the investor has been sitting on a fair amount of profits. It's an institutional favorite right now. Still, the stock can rally from here 10 to 15% from this range. But there would be ups and downs going ahead. But one can hold on to the stock for a medium to longer term perspective.
Okay, got that. I hope this has helped you out, Anuj, in finding the strategy there. Next, we have a question coming in from Satyanarayan. He's actually from Hyderabad, and he says, I want to know about Excel Industries. 1500 shares is what I have at 1250 odd levels. He wants to know, is there any sort of a breakout expected on this stock? What could be the target price for next 1 year on Excel Industries? Currently, it's hovering around 1121, so it's come off his own purchase level, but I have actually been witnessing very low volume on this stock. How should one play this for the next 1 year, Mr. Batini?
Actually, all these by and large, the chemical companies have been in a consolidation phase. Last quarter results have been decent for Excel Industries. We need to see the earning quarters, the coming quarters results are going to pan out. By and large, he can hold on to the stock. If he is a long-term investor, he can hold on. But around 1500 somewhere, okay, this is where the stiff resistance for this stock. He can hold on to the stock and look for the level of 1500 in the medium to short term.
Fair point. Nancy asks us the next question, says, good afternoon, could you please help me with an IT index view? And for the short term, should one really look at investing in it? IT stocks have actually come back into flavor. Last couple of sessions, we've been seeing buoyancy again right ahead of the earnings, that too. Some sort of an optimism coming in, probably hoping that the underperformance is done and dusted. Most of the worst news is already in the price, and things could actually turn out better from here. How would you explain on the IT index for the short term, since the earnings season kickstarts over the next 10 days? A lot of these IT large caps, mid caps will come out with the earnings reports. How would you play this one?
Sakshi, there is a selective buying is taking place with respect to the IT index in the medium to short term. The long-term averages of these stocks looks very attractive and a longer-term perspective. But a medium to short term, definitely it's a avoid for a medium to short term perspective. Still, there is a lot of uncertainty with respect to the US growth prospects are concerned. If there is any kickstart kind of a rate cuts and how the companies are going to increase the budgets in US, these are the things that are extremely crucial for IT companies. For a medium to short term perspective, we do see some kind of a selective buying here and there. But if the investor is looking for a medium to short term perspective, definitely it's avoid. But if the investor is a long term in nature while investing, definitely as a contrarian buy, one can buy selectively with respect to IT stocks are concerned. It is by and large, it's going to be stock specific in IT sector is concerned. Again, there is a divergence between the large cap and mid cap, and also which company operates the different domain, and also the geography where they operate, where they gain more revenues also plays the crucial role while selecting a IT company.
Okay, let's take another question. This one is from Piyush. He says, hi Sakshi, I completely love this show. Thank you so much, Piyush, for writing in appreciation for daily calls. He wants to know today on fact, that's fertilizers and chemicals as a stock, where he wants a stop loss and a target that you could also probably help him out. And could you please, suggest to him how, what is the right way of approaching this fertilizers and chemical space? It's actually been in a consolidative, or maybe you could say in a range bound trade all across this year. Any suggestion on fact?
Sakshi, you need to consider one fact, okay? 90% of FACT, fertilizers, FACT stock is concerned, it is held by the government of India. The free float is very limited. So you can see some erratic kind of moves in the stock. Sometimes you will see a strong rally. Sometimes the stock do get into a consolidation kind of a phase. At this point of time, until unless the investor is a high risk appetite investor, want to trade in the stock, this is best suitable. I tend to avoid for any kind of serious investments in the medium to short term kind of a perspective. But one can give the trading opportunities to use the momentum in the stock. But anything level around 800 is a very attractive level for these stocks to make an entry. But at this point of time, I tend to avoid this stock on a medium to short term perspective. 800 is the level which can give a good entry level for this stock.
Fair point. Let's take the next question. This one is from Umesh from Delhi. Says, good afternoon, Sakshi. Good afternoon to you, Umesh. How are you? The question is on Patanjali Foods, and the question is that I bought this one at 497, and the question is I can actually hold on for the next 1 year. At what levels can I look to exit my position? Is the question. So sitting on profits, and that's a good thing. Your suggestion, almost 100 rupee kind of a profit per share is what our viewer has at this point. Umesh, any suggestion for over the next 1 year, sir?
Sakshi, in the last 18 months, one of the outperforming stock in the FMCG segment is Patanjali. So, if the investor have a medium to short-term perspective, most probably the stock can try to test the level of its previous high, that's around 650 to 670 level. But a long-term perspective, one can hold on to the stock. This is the one outperforming stock in the FMCG segment is concerned. A lot of momentum and also the earning perspectives are also decent for this company.
Okay, let's also take another one. This one is from one of our viewers, and this one is okay, we have this question coming in from Ankur Modi. Says, good afternoon, how are you doing? I'm very well, Ankur. Thanks for asking. Hope the same for you. So, he asks on a retail specific question between Aditya Birla Fashion Retail and Vishal Mega Mart. Which one should he really choose is what his question is. Which one looks better at the current levels for a long term investment view? Which one would you really look at this stage, Mr. Batini?
Actually, both are different kind of businesses. Okay, you can't compare both the stock. Okay, if he's looking for a pure return kind of a perspective, I have my reservation getting into stocks. Okay, both the stocks at this point of time. There are much better stocks are available for a longer term perspective is concerned. I tend to avoid both the stocks right now at this point of time.
Okay, tend to avoid both the stocks at this stage at least. Let's take next question. This one is from Ashwin. He says, I have a query on Granules India. I bought about 600 shares and I bought this at 568. I just need a 3 months view on Granules. Now, if we stretch the chart, today also the stock is up. 3.7% odd. If we stretch the chart for the last 3 months odd or so, you will get to see in the last 6 months also, especially the last 3 months, if you pull up that. Last 6 months also it's up by 2 months, 22%. But last 3 months largely is what that move has really come in from. Mr. Patini, how would you look at Granules?
Uh, Sakshi, the stock is right now doing well in the pharmaceutical space is concerned. The stock was in a consolidation. They have a plant in US which caters to the US clients also. For a medium to short term perspective, definitely granules one can hold on to the company, wait for the this current quarter earning results. By and large, it would be positive. So the stock can retest the range of around 620, which was its previous high. So you can hold on to Granules India. Any dip in the stock, he can try to accumulate the stock further. But 625 to 650 is the medium to short term target for this stock, which is on
Okay,
card.
625 to 650 is the medium to short term kind of a target that you could look at. Lower levels can get you accumulation levels too. Avnish Chaudhary says, hi Sakshi, I want to know about Irida. Okay, the question is that he's bought this stock at 196 and he says since the results are about to be declared, what should be my strategy? Now, Irida, I remember, Mr. Patani, have you you've discussed also on the show before as well. This is one stock that came in amidst much fanfare during the IPO, performed really well over the next 1, 2 months, 3 months odd, and soon lost some fizz as well. And thereafter, it has been stuck in a consolidation for a fairly long bit of time. For somebody who entered at 196, it's been a long drawn wait too. What would you suggest ahead of earnings now?
He can hold on to Sakshi at this point of time, but this quarter is going to be a rough patch for Irida because of recent some kind of the NPAs what they have faced, like the Gensol and all. That's going to have impact on the company earnings in a medium to short term perspective. But he can hold on to the stock given the kind of buoyancy with respect to lending towards the green energy and solar space is concerned. He can hold on and he can book some profit around 200 levels or a medium to longer term perspective. That's where Irida can be.
Okay, let's take the next one then. I have another stock that has been pretty much in focus of late, viewers. So, in case you've been watching out for this one, please stay focused. This one is on Prime Focus. Ramakrishnan wants to know. He's from Bengaluru. He says, I have 600 shares of Prime Focus. I bought it at 186, he says. And he wants to know a 3-month view on this one. Now the stock today is down by 4.5%. It has been coming lower. In the last 1 week also it's trended down. But before that, if you look, last 1 month, 2 months, or there has been some momentum as well. How would you really look at Prime Focus right now, especially on the way up if somebody has got it? 3 months view, Mr. Patini, a short term view on this one?
Actually, one need to understand, okay, why they are investing in these stocks. Okay, there was a news some prominent investors have bought this company. Some stakes have bought as a disclaimer. So there was a momentum in this stock. That's why they would
Yeah.
have bought and they got stuck up at this point of time. So when they are making such moves, okay, they need to have either a long-term perspective or a short-term perspective. When they have a long-term perspective, they need to stick to the fundamentals. If they have a perspective of medium to short term, they would have kept some kind of a trailing stop loss around somewhere in between 100 and 180 kind of a thing. So they need to differentiate whether why I'm buying this stock. It should not be just based on because the stock price is going up, I'm entering. Okay, it should not be like that. So coming to the point back here, okay, if the investor would have bought for a investment perspective, just wait for the company, how the results are going to pan out, how the this sector and the company dynamics are going to be,
Sure.
and what is the rationale between these prominent investor bought stakes in this company as a disclaimer. So try to
Okay,
understand for a longer term perspective. For a
fair
medium term,
point.
okay, the stock is in a momentum zone. Earlier it used to hit upper circuits. Now it is in a consolidation phase. Just allow the stock to settle down because the stock also rallied from the range of 100 to 170 rupees. So it is 70% still gain for a person who entered at 100 rupees. So just wait until the stock, let it to be settled down.
Okay, fair point. Let's take another one then, Mr. Patini, with you. This one is from Raghu. He says, is it the right time to enter NetWeb Technologies at the current price and only for the next 3 months or so? Now, again, a lot of FOMO is coming in on such stocks. NetWeb Technologies from the IPO, manifold returns is what we've seen in this year itself. In the last 6 months, I think it must have doubled investors' money already. It's been one of the outperformers, and if you look at the history of IPOs, it will definitely find its mention in the kind of wealth creation that NetWeb Technologies has done. And therefore,
Actually,
now at around 4,087, although today it's down by about 6 odd percent, viewers, a lot of people must be wanting to know, should one now, look at these small dips and look at buying price. Look at it. I mean, like 3 months, you've doubled your money. In case you entered in the stock 3 months ago, you must have doubled your money. What should one do now? Already so much of a run up has already taken place on NetWeb, Mr. Patini.
Sakshi, people have need to have some brief perspective. Okay, if you observe the stock in the last 8 months, when the Chinese government or Chinese companies launched the open AI and the new AI, okay, the stock came down nearly 20% in a single day, and the stock touched a low of 1300 8 months back. And the stock has been hovering around 15 to 1700 level just 3 months back. And some kind of positive perspective that came with respect to the AI and also the supercomputing and fastest quantum computing is concerned, the stock has moved up in the past 3 4 months. So I'll wait for the earnings. Okay, if the investor would have bought this stock around 1500 to 1700, I would be taking some profit from the table around the higher range. That would be around 4200 kind of a level. Okay, but any fresh prospective making entry at this point of time, I'll just make entry after looking at the this quarterly earnings and the company brief is going to be. It's not a cheap stock. The valuation still looks stretched at this point of time. The fresh entry at this point of time is not advisable. And the good entry range for this stock is when the stock is given a very good opportunity for many of the investors. It was hovering around 1500 to 1700 and 2000 level. That's where one need to make the entry. Price should not change the perspective of the people. Okay, just wait for some time for the cool off of the stock price and the momentum.
Okay, let's take the next question. This one is from Mayank Chaudhary from Ghaziabad, and he says, "Good afternoon, Sakshi. A big thanks to you and to your team for such an informative show. Thank you so much, Mayank, for such wonderful words that you have said for daily calls and for business today. And I hope that this show continues to help you out in your investment journey. Today, he has a question on Nalco. Mr. Batini, if you could help him out on this one. Although he's just taken a trading position here, he has 4 lots at 230, and for the next 1 to 2 weeks, so an absolute trading view for the next 1 to 2 weeks is what he is looking for. Already in the last 6 months, Nalco's share have actually shot up over 50%, which actually means the stock has been in an uptrend for some time now. Your suggestion?
Actually, I'm not a person for just 2 3 weeks kind of a
Sure.
technical analyst, but he can keep a stop loss of around a trailing stop loss around 230 levels. The current price at this point of time, he can hold on. The metal stocks have been limelight right now. We can see some kind of activity and momentum is building up today also in metal stocks today. He can hold on, and since it's just a fortnight kind of a perspective, he need to maintain the strict stop loss for any trading position.
Fair point. I'll actually broaden this question. We have another one from Vinita Gupta, also on the metal space, so I'll take that at the same time. So, Vinita says, I have Hind Copper and Vedanta also in my portfolios along with Nalco. And she says, Hind Copper I have at 307, Vedanta I have at 410. And she wants to know if this is the right time to continue to keep on adding some more positions in these metal stocks, since the metal stocks have been in momentum for some time now. Your suggestion, Mr. Pati?
Given the kind of the build-up of growth prospects are concerned at this point of time, metal stocks are expected to do well in the coming days. One can hold on to the positions at this point of time, but fresh entry, it's not advisable at this point of time. Just make the stocks to consolidate some more, okay, and one can try to add for a medium to longer term perspective.
Okay, fair point. I hope this has truly helped you out, Vinita, and I'm sure a lot of our viewers who've been tracking the metal move, this has helped you out in understanding some of the top stocks as to how to look at them at this point. Taking another question, this one is from Manish Mehta, and he wants to know about 2 stocks from you, Mr. Batini. Specifically, he has asked and requested for you, he follows you, on Tata Investment and on Sika Interplant Systems. What would you say?
Tata Investment is in a momentum zone, Sakshi, and as a holding company, the stock has done extremely well in terms of the price action is concerned in the past 2 3 years. And sometimes there would be momentum in this stock, extreme exuberance tend to come into Tata Investment. He's an existing investor, he can hold on. With respect to Sika Interplant Solution is concerned, the company is into aerospace, especially into the landing gears for the helicopters, and also the aviation vendor for HAL is concerned. So he can hold on. The stock is hovering around currently at 1200. The stock has been a multi-bagger in the past 24 months. He can hold on given the kind of aerospace is one of the key emerging and sunrise sector in India. He can hold on to Sika Interplant Solutions.
Okay, got that. I hope this has also truly helped you out. Let's take another question. This one is from Munna Mazumdar. He's from Assam. Hi Munna, good to see you. I think I'm reading your question for the first time, so welcome to Daily Calls. The question is on NHPC. It's from the power space. He says, I want to know for how long do I have to continue to wait before I sell my position. I bought this stock at 90. I have 4,000 shares. Well, maybe not long. It's already at 87.4, 2.4% higher. It's actually moved up today. So maybe the day that you're asking, you will actually get a favorable advice on that one, Munna. What would you suggest, Mr. Patini, on NHPC? A good level to exit and take back profits home?
Yeah, Sakshi, around 90, it can try to attempt the coming days. PSU stocks have been in a consolidation phase in the
Yeah,
last
true.
12 months. Okay, that is the reason. Okay, NHPC there is no exception. This stock also in a consolidation phase. One need to understand the stock has been rising from a level of 30 40 levels in the past 24 months. So he can hold on and book some profit at 90 rupees range, which can be possible in the coming weeks.
Okay, got that. I hope this has truly helped you out. Okay, we have an interesting question now from Karthik from Hyderabad. Karthik says, I actually have 3 lakh rupees, which I want to invest in the markets, and that too only till Diwali. Now, if you could suggest a few stocks that I could invest in for the short term. So maybe, just wanting to take back some Diwali bonus back home by looking at investing in the stock markets, Mr. Batini. Any suggestion to him? 3 lakh rupees, should he invest in with a very short term view of just about what, 10-15 days or?
Sakshi, the markets are quite volatile and the global situation you need to track. I don't know about his experience with respect to equity markets are concerned.
Yeah.
So think about the long-term perspective and keep the chips. Okay, I tend to avoid any kind of a short-term perspective kind of a thing until unless we don't know his risk appetite and
Yeah.
his portfolio allocation. Okay, better to avoid a short-term perspective and think about the long-term perspective and the
Yeah.
dynamics of the markets over a period of time. That is the suggestion I can give to him.
Okay, instead of looking at the short term, maybe a long term portfolio creation is what you could do. A lot of investors definitely look at this festive period as an auspicious time to start their investment journey, look at building some quality stocks. Mr. Patani, could you share some festive related stock ideas that maybe over a year, 2 years that one could definitely keep in case not for a short term?
Yeah, it's actually stocks in the aerospace space looks very interesting, and stocks in
Okay.
the railways. I can give a perspective of a sectoral specific. Okay, like a stock like BEML. Okay, the stocks looks very attractive. If the
Okay.
investor have a medium to longer term perspective, one can accumulate stocks like BEML at this point of time. The price seems to be very high, but yeah, but it tend to create good growth for the investors in their portfolio. One can accumulate the stock at any dips. So one will remember after 1 year how the price is going to be.
Hey, got that. I hope this has also truly helped you out. Let's take another question then. We have this question coming in from Naveen from Bengaluru. He says, I want to know about Manappuram Finance, a fresh buying at the current levels, and a target that you could share on this one. Now, this is also an interesting one, Mr. Madini, because looking at how gold prices have shot up in a very short period of time, already up by 50% on a year to date basis as well. All eyes are on these gold financiers too, because a lot of people may have been looking at this time to maybe look at gold loans, mortgage their gold to keep some money. How would you look at Manappuram Finance then?
The stock has been an extremely good performer, Sakshi, in the recent past. One can hold on given the kind of the momentum what we are watching in the gold at this point of time. That increases the margin of safety for these companies going ahead, and they tend to perform well if we witness some kind of a reduction in interest rates also. That can be positive for this company. The company trades around 2 times of the book value at this point of time. One can hold on, and any dip in the stock definitely a warranted buy for the investors for a medium to long term perspective.
Okay, fair point. I hope this has also truly helped you out with that, Mr. Batini. We'll thank you then for being with us today and, of course, helping out so many of our viewers with all their queries. And, of course, wishing you a very happy and prosperous festive season ahead. We'll definitely catch up with you during the festivities too to guide us and all our viewers as well as to how to look at. This somewhat and preparing for the next somewhat as well. Thank you so much. Hope you
Thank
have a
you, Sakshi.
fantastic festive
Pleasure.
season ahead, sir.
Thank you. Season greetings to you and to all the viewers at BTTV. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, viewers. So let's actually look at now getting into the second segment, and we'll also welcome another guest. Now, Ruchit Jain, Vice President and Head of Equity Technical Research, Wealth Management at Motilal Oswal Financial Services, is also joining in. Hi, Ruchit. Warm welcome, season's greetings to you too. Tell us, how are you looking at the markets first, and we'll straight away jump in onto the question and answers from our viewers immediately right after. 25,140. So again, an attempt. We are 100 points higher. Will this sustain? And by Diwali, do you think a sharp upside from the current levels?
Yeah, hi, very good afternoon, Sakshi. No, what we have seen in last few months that initially markets went through some price-wise corrective phase,
Yeah.
but last 1.5, 2 months we are into some kind of time-wise corrective phase. Where if you look at the index is traded within a broader range of 800,000 points on the Nifty. But the good thing is that it has formed a good support base around this 24,600, 24,400, which is just above its 200-day EMA, and it seems that markets prices have no bottomed out at those levels. So it's just that the time wise correction needs to get over, and once this time wise correction or consolidation is over, then we should see a resumption of the uptrend no going ahead. Now initial signs have already started coming in from the banking space. Generally we see that banking heavyweights or IT heavyweights, these are no certain spaces where we have good amount of index heavy constituents. So Bank Nifty has already started forming a higher top, higher bottom structure, post taking support around its 200 EMA. So we think that going ahead, at least if one is looking for a very short term perspective for next few trading sessions, then we might see a continuation of some consolidation. But positionally, markets are forming a support base for the next leg of rally, and maybe by Diwali or just after the Diwali, we should see no markets going higher, and which would be led by banking space.
Okay, got that. Let's now kickstart the question and answer round with you, Richard. There are a lot of our viewers who are waiting for your view on their questions. We'll take first one from Vaishali Chaudhary wants to know about Transrail lighting at 810. She's bought this, a strategy to overcome some near-term losses. How would you look at it, Transrail lighting?
So I think have some patience and continue to hold just existing positions. I don't think you need to do anything else, add more positions or exit your positions in losses. Nothing is required at this point of time. The stock had seen a good run-up move till the month of July, and post in last 2.5 months there has been some consolidation. But what we can see that when the stock prices were going up, the volumes were quite good, and in this entire consolidation of last 2.5 months, there is no volume-based selling happening over there. So let the stock take its own time to complete its consolidation, and then we should see a resumption of the uptrend going ahead. So no negative signs or signs of trend reversal as of now. Just consolidation could be there in the near term. So I would suggest to keep some patience and continue to hold your existing positions. There is no requirement to do anything else on this stock as of now.
Okay, got that. I hope this has also truly helped you out. Let's take the next question. This one is from Jay Rami Reddy and wants to know about Prozone Realty. How do you look at this stock, since Jay already has a position and bought at 68 levels on Prozone Realty, a near term view?
I think the buying price is quite high, because if you look at the stock, it had already seen a rally in over last few months. I think just in the month of at the start of September, the stock was hovering around 40, and from September to October, just in 1 month, I think from 40 it rallied to 67, 68, which is its highest price. So because the stock has already seen a very sharp run-up move, then it could be in between corrections. Overall trend although remains positive, but the only thing is that stock should not breach the level of 52 if this uptrend has to remain intact. So keep a stop loss below 52 and wait for some sort of no signs of resumption of the uptrend. It might not happen very soon because of this recent run up, but some after some cool off period, you could expect the stock back to your cost price level at least. You can take a review again once the stock comes over there.
Fantastic. Okay, I hope this has answered your question at least for now. Let's take the next one. This one is from one of our viewers who's joining in again on our YouTube. This one is on Anant Raj. Wants to know, please ask on that my buying price is 720. So what should I do? I had bought in for a short term, but it has been dipping for last couple of sessions. So I don't know what exactly should my strategy be. So bought at 720. But before that, Anant Raj has had a good run up. How would you advise?
So again, no, a similar case where the entries after the run-up had already happened. The stock rallied from 500 to 720 in just I think 1.5 months. And whenever you see such overbought setups, many times we see there's a FOMO, the fear of missing out, feeling that the stock is going up and we are not participating. And traders generally end up buying at higher levels. So the only thing that no matters in such entry points is to keep strict stop losses, look at where the supports are and buy only that much quantity which you can afford, where you can afford limited losses in case that stop losses gets hit. So for Anantraj, as of now, 660 is a support for the stock. So till 660 is intact, the broader trend is not negative, but it's just witnessing a pullback move within an uptrend. And after this pullback move is over, we could see further up moves from current levels. So keep a stop loss below 660 and hold your existing positions. But again, a good lesson that whenever you know have a FOMO, that is fear of missing out, and you enter at high levels, you make sure that the quantity is not too big. That in case of any trend reversal, you would have to incur big losses.
That's a very important tip. I hope that all our viewers definitely know this. We usually look at stocks which have already run up, so definitely keep an eye out on whether after the run up there will be profit booking, and therefore you should be very careful. But when you enter at the absolute high point after having a strong run up already, so definitely take a view every time before you invest in such stocks. Next is Venki. He says, "I'm a daily, viewer of your show. Thank you so much, Venki, for writing in." And says, "I want to build a portfolio of 50,000 rupees. So, which stocks are good to start accumulating for now?" Good to see that you want to kickstart your journey. 50,000 rupees is what you have allocated, and you want to know good stocks where you can continue your accumulation and therefore build it for the long term too. Rujit, how would you advise this one to be invested? Any key stock ideas that come on top of your mind?
Yes, I think we can look for two or three sectors, because in 50,000 rupees you cannot build a very large amount of stocks in your portfolio, but rather 3 to 4 stocks, which could do well going ahead in the short to medium term can be bought within this amount. And within the capital market theme, CDSL is one stock that we like post the recent correction where the price-wise downside now seems to be limited from here on. So you can take exposure to tech. Then banking, as I spoke at the start of the show, has started showing signs of high top, high bottom post the recent correction. So you can choose one of the banking names within which Axis Bank is there, Kotak Bank is there. On the from the private sector banks, these look good. Even from the PSU space, you can consider SBI on the long side. So consider one banking stock or one stock from the capital market theme. Another one from the large cap space, Larsen and Toubro is looking positive. So L&T would be another stock which has not rallied in last 15 or 18 months. So it's been 1.5 year of consolidation for L&T, and the stock is now on the verge of a breakout from this consolidation. So L&T would be another name where you can expect an up move. And if you think that the amount is too small to buy these stocks, then you could also look for buying for playing this through ETFs, where either on the Nifty ETF or on the Bank Bs, which is Bank Nifty ETFs, you can look to buy those. So that will provide you some diversification if you buy Nifty ETF itself.
Okay, fair point. Let's take another one. This one is also from one of our viewers. Okay, this is, we'll take some questions from our WhatsApp, in fact. Sandeep Jain from Kishanganj in Bihar writes in, "My question is on PG Electroplast. I have this stock at 720 in my portfolio. What should I do?" How would you help him?
And a lot of news-based moves were there recently when the stock corrected from 800 to 500 in just 3 or 4 trading sessions. After that, the stock has gone through some consolidation phase in which immediate support for the stock is around 560. Around 490. So 490 would now become a make or break level since you already have the position and you have seen the pain. I would suggest to hold as of now and keep stop loss below 490 on your existing positions. On any pullback move towards 590, 600 kind of levels where the 50-day exponential moving average for the stock is there, that would be the immediate resistance. So depending upon how volumes happen in this pullback move would be important. Today's volumes in up move are good. So that is a good sign. So hold for pullback move around 580, 600 zone. Just take a review again over there.
Okay, got that. Today the stock is also up and about 5% higher in trade, now at 540 odd levels. Let's take the next question. This one is also from Momita from Kolkata. Says, "Hi Sakshi and hi Ruchit sir. I want to know, is it the best time to accumulate BSE shares? I have a 1 year time frame. What would your advice be?" Well, BSE off late has definitely consolidated quite a bit and come off its peak as well. How would you look at it right now? Do you think at about 23 or 100 odd levels, it's still a good time to start accumulating?
Yeah, so the stock has seen a good correction from its recent highs, managed to form a support base around 2000, 2050, which were the previous swing high resistance, now becoming a support. Also, 200 DMA was coming around those levels. So till that remains intact, I think you can see a gradual up move in the stock.
Yeah.
So the thing is that 2000 you should keep in the mind is the make or break level. So keep a stop loss below that. And as I told, the risk management part as well at the couple of times that you should buy that quantity that in case the stop loss gets triggered, that would not result in a big loss from your portfolio. So quantity you have to adjust accordingly, and with a stop loss below 2000, you can initiate fresh longs at current levels in BSE.
Fair point. Let's take another one. This one is from Venkat Jala from Hyderabad. Says, I have 400 shares of Saskin Technologies, but my virtual cost of purchase is zero. I want to know that I want to sell about 300 shares from my overall 400 shares perspective, and I want to invest it in some other IT related stock like, KPIT or Scient or Excelia Solutions. Would that be a good strategy from a long term wealth creation point of view, is what he wants to know. So, sitting on a huge profit right now, Saskin is trading at 1371, own purchase price of virtually zero. Wants to partially book profits and, in fact, use that money to invest somewhere else within the IT pack. What would you advise, Richard?
Yeah, I think that can be done because you have getting good returns. The stock has seen a good run-up move over last 2 3 years. So you can look to switch to some other name within the IT space, which going ahead can give no good returns from current levels. So partial profit booking, I won't advise to exit entire from your portfolio, but yes, partial profit booking can be done in Saskin, and you can shift to some other names within the mid cap IT basket. Within mid cap IT basket, one stock Coforge is looking positive. Coforge is there, emphasis are there. These are the stocks where overall structure looks positive, where downside seems to be very limited from current levels.
Okay, fair point. Let's take some more questions that are coming in. We have a lot of viewers joining in afresh as well. Okay, let's take this one. I just wanted to select the stocks which are not like recently IPO listed, where Ruchit will not have, too much of data to advise you. Okay, we have Mohit from Ludhiana writing in and wants to know about Fortis Healthcare. This is, bought at 270 with a time frame of 2 years. Healthcare stocks had also seen some run up. Remember, just recently we saw the CGHS revamp by the government that led to some momentum. Fortis today also is up by about 1.3%. How would you look at it?
No doubt, the overall trend remains very strong for the stock within the sector. Also, it has shown a decent outperformance compared to other names. And whenever we are witnessing small bouts of corrections, the corrections are getting bought into. So overall trend clearly remains positive for Fortis. Even at current levels, there are no signs of trend reversal. So if you have existing long positions, continue to ride this trend and hold your long positions.
Okay, fair point. I hope this has also helped you out. Let's take the next one. This one is from one of our viewers who's joining in. From Hyderabad, GS Arun says, Hi Sakshi, hope you're doing well. I'm very well, Mr. Arun. I hope the same for you. The question is on Varun Beverages, and he says that I want to know whether at the current rates as well for the next 1 year I can invest in this one. Now, Varun Beverages erstwhile has been a big wealth creator for investors. Everybody knows that. But, over the last 6 8 months odd, again, a very long drawn consolidation in sync with the markets is what has played out even for Varun Beverages. Of late, what we have seen is that the GST rationalization, that news that came in, that was to impact carbonated drinks at large, did lead to some 8% drop over the last 1 month for Varun Beverages as well. 436 currently, how would you look at it?
So good positional support in the range of 400 to 420, and the stock has already seen a price-wise correction over last few months. So these are good levels to enter and take some contra positions on the long side. But since there are no signs of trend reversals, I won't advise buying 100% of whatever quantity you want to buy. But maybe 25% of what you want to buy can be bought at current levels.
Okay, got that. Sujata from Hyderabad wants to know about Indo Solar, currently trading at 712. She says, I want to know, since this company has been acquired by Wadi Group, is it a good stock to buy at the current levels? Any suggestion on Indo Solar? I think Indo Solar currently, the one that we are showing is not the right stock, but let me just quickly look at which stock does she really want to talk about as well. This is Indo Solar Limited, currently trading at around 712 odd levels. Any suggestion on this one, Richard?
No, Sakshi, I think more news-based moves, and what we can see that the stock, I think since last 2 or 3 months is just moving from upper circuit to circuit. So not possible to do any kind of technical analysis where there is no much price volume action happening, but rather only circuits are there. So I would tend to avoid and giving any kind of view, since technical analysis cannot be applied on this.
Got that. We couldn't show you that because it's only a BSE listed stock, I believe. That's the key reason why we couldn't display that for all of you. But let's take another question and then we'll come to Ruchit's choice of stocks. The last one is coming in from one of our viewers. Okay, so this question itself is on about stock choices. Satyanarayan Rao Kulkarni says, good afternoon, Sakshi. Please, could you ask Ruchit sir to give us 2 stocks from this Diwali to next Diwali? What should I invest in?
So I think banks would be one space where you can look to invest from a mid-term perspective. Federal Bank I like from the banking space, where overall structure seems quite strong. The stock has already formed a good support base around 185 to 190 zone and has shown a good price volume action since then. So one is Federal Bank that I would advise at current levels you can go long. And no other space, if you look from a broader perspective, I think apart from banking, CDSL, as we discussed, would be another stock where price volume action can happen on the positive side over the next few months. So the risk reward ratio in both these stocks are good over here. But rest, no, I'm sure next time when I come, I'll come out with some better stocks or some more stocks from a Diwali perspective, where we would do a deep analysis on that.
Okay, fair point. I hope you've taken down all that as well for all our viewers, and we are going to be chunking this out specifically and for you to know where exactly is the opportunity in case you want to invest in specific stock ideas from this Diwali till next Diwali. Thank you so much, Ruchit. Always a pleasure to have you with us, and thanks for addressing all the queries of our viewers as well. 25,140 viewers, 94 points higher on the Nifty. We're building up some pace by the half time in trade. Let's try and find out whether this momentum can continue, and we've managed to log some days of gains, 1 or 2 of losses over the last couple of sessions in this week so far. But let's try and find out whether the last 2 sessions today and tomorrow can also be on a positive end. With that, we wrap up this special edition. Thank you so much for joining in. But stay tuned on Business Today Television. Market Today will continue to get you all the market updates that you need to track in your investment journey.
From overnight global cues to live Dalal Street moves, we decode what matters for your money today.